Welcome to the second episode of the Split Sheet Podcast. So today's episode is going to be a little different than our last one. Obviously, we aren't able to sit down with tattooers and talk and hang out and paint, which is one of my favorite things, but we're all stuck inside now, so I figured we can just talk online and try to keep the community alive. We've got a bunch of cool things in the works. Corey, we're going to get him back on here. We're looking at doing digital sheets, so we can reach out and not have to mail anything to anyone. I think that might also open up this podcast to a bunch of other tattooers that might not paint and might just do things on the iPad digitally. We have a bunch of cool guests lined up that I'm super stoked for, so stay tuned for that. Jen Bradbury from Skin Deep in Waikiki was kind enough to shoot this next episode with me. Here's the first episode fully online of the Split Sheet Podcast.
But we probably go out once every week and a half. Because we go to Costco, get some things, and then we just pick up some smaller things at the store. And we went last week and picked up a bunch of stuff, and I was like, dude, I don't want to leave the house for 2 weeks now. We have enough food. We don't need to leave for a couple weeks. But I still do walk the dog every day. I walk her twice a day at least, which is good because it gives me an excuse to go outside. One of the few things we're allowed to do is to be outside is to walk your dog.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I live right across the street from the tattoo shop. So I go in the morning, walk the dog, walk by the shop, make sure no one's fucked with it, come back around and just do that at night as well. But I always wear a mask whenever I go out, period now. Probably for the but I think in Hawaii too, we have a lot bigger Asian population. And so even before all this pandemic, seeing people in a mask wasn't weird.
I was just going to say that because, I remember, so I've been to Kauai 3 times and I've been to Maui once.
Mm-hmm.
And Maui, bunch of Japanese people, if I can recall correctly. And even then, I think masks, people just. So I don't know if culturally we just didn't accept that as a thing. So maybe we kind of had a curb to that. Because I know they were saying it's not a big deal to wear masks for a little while. And now it's fucking, yeah, totally wear a mask. That's a good idea. So.
Right. Yeah, I think in the mainland U.S., it's definitely unusual. But of course, now I think it's going to become more commonplace. But
yeah.
In places like in Korea and stuff, not only are they all so packed together all the time anyways, but, they dealt with SARS and MERS and all this. So they're already well aware. There's some gnarly, respiratory shit out there. So
Mm-hmm.
when they're on transport or just out and about, they'll wear a face mask and, thank you. Because
yeah,
I don't hear it all now.
Whatever. I guess it's just going to be a thing we do now,
We got sweet Aloha print face mask as well. It's pretty rad.
That's tight. Yeah, I think ours is more like a repurposed bed sheet for your face.
Hey, whatever works.
No offense to whoever made it, but it looks like some fabric, just a nice little cutout. But whatever fucking works,
Better than nothing.
Yeah. But I imagine it's pretty easy to go outside still though and walk around and see nice shit here in Hawaii,
It's still pretty nice. People are still surfing and swimming. You're allowed to go in the water. You just can't hang out on the beach. So just get in, get the fuck out. You can exercise. So people are still jogging. You can walk your dog. You can ride your bike. So, and believe it or not, there are still fucking tourists here. There are still tourists coming here.
Just as coming or trapped.
Well, that's the thing. So anyone who arrives since March 26th, I think, is a mandatory 2-week quarantine. So if you decide I'm going to go on vacation to Hawaii. So for you, you were supposed to come right about now at the end of the month or the end of March a few weeks ago. If you had come after the 26th, which I can't remember if you were leaving the 26th or not.
Right around there.
Yeah. If you didn't leave before the 26th, you would have had to stay mandatory 2 weeks. And if they catch you drinking in quarantine, it's a $5,000 fine.
Damn.
Yeah.
So to explain to anybody that's listening, I was supposed to go to Chicago and then to Seattle to see my brother and then to you to go work at your shop. And indeed. And then fly all the way back. And then I was supposed to do Scranton right after we got back. And then all of those things just one after another. Just like I said, I'm not sure if we should go to Hawaii. I was texting you about it. Like on the fence. And I remember making that decision and being like, damn, I really hope I didn't fucking overreact and just like cancel a whole trip to Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like,
You nailed it, dude.
and that was a week or two later. It was like, that was the thing to do.
You just brought up something kind of interesting, like tattoo conventions. Like, what's going to happen with them now? I mean,
I
it's
mean,
like literally that's
let's
like
be
a
real. Have you not
yeah.
gone to one and been like, this is still this just for what it is? It doesn't seem like how many dudes just like don't wrap somebody up and they're like falling off saran wrap, but still like walking through a crowd of people like bleeding and like
Yeah,
poorly taped.
convention. Some conventions I've been to, I've been impressed with how cleanly and how good it's been. And then other ones, yes, absolutely what you just said.
I did like at Chicago last year. They had a Sanoderm booth, and you could just send people after they got tattooed to go over there, and they would just like bandage your people up for you. That was tight. Um,
Great.
if you're a Sanoderm user or
I
whatever,
use them, yeah, especially on a tourist.
yeah, because they're gonna jump in the fucking water anyways, right?
Well, more like they're literally about to get an airplane in like 7 hours. So
Fair enough. I
yeah.
mean, I feel like it covers you for both because like how many people are in Hawaii they want to get tattooed, but then they're definitely gonna want to jump back in the water again before they leave. And it's like I feel like at least Sanoderm's the best fucking thing you can give them because you're just like, well, you're gonna be an asshole. Like I know you're like, I'm gonna give you this aftercare sheet. And I'm gonna tell you don't do this exact thing, and you're gonna be like, I need to get back in this water before I get on this fucking plane. So fuck this tattoo. Happening.
That is true. And we normally try to tattoo people like towards the end of their stay to avoid that very thing. But still, yeah, it's more like we're giving you the standard because we don't trust you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like people on vacation in Hawaii, not to be trusted.
Not even just we don't trust you, but maybe like we don't trust the environment you're about to go in, which is the beach and or an airplane, like literally the two biggest enemies of a fresh tattoo. So
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
just a line of defense. That's like a face mask for your tattoo.
Yeah. I mean, have you had anybody come back with like a wild one where you're just like, you did a solid tat and then they just like bitched it up? Just like, oh yeah, sorry, I just totally went surfing and just didn't give a fuck afterwards.
Yeah, a little bit. I shouldn't say someone's totally bitched it up. I did have a guy a couple years ago who I was working on a sleeve on him. He's a military dude, getting ready to leave, and wanting to get done like back to back for like 4 days in a row. And normally I don't like doing that because your immune system usually doesn't really do a good job healing it when you put it through that much trauma over days at a time, like maybe 2 days max. But we did it because I guess I just felt pressure to do it. And he was getting ready to leave and I wanted to be able to like touch stuff up before he left. Then maybe like a week later, he sends me a photo and he goes, "Oh, I think my tattoo's infected. What do you think?" And then he sends me it's like a picture of him in his car. And like he took a photo like this. And you can literally see a dog hair stuck in that like overly A&D'd fresh tattoo. And I was like, "Get in the fucking shop right now. We need to talk." So he came in. I basically like re-educated him. Like, you need to wash it like this. You need to moisturize like this. Keep your fucking dog away from it.
Was your dog licking it though? Because like that could to clean it, right? Is that not how you?
It wouldn't surprise me at all if he thought that was okay because he told me, he goes, "Well, it's a wound, so I was trying to treat it like a wound." So he's like putting Neosporin, like a shit ton of it
Yeah,
on.
I
I was
watched The
just
Revenant, so like,
But yeah, I was. Oh, did I mention he was moving too? Right, so he's like carrying boxes and shit, and I was just like, "Dude, you're killing me." So of course, right before he leaves, I take a look at it, and it just healed so gnarly, and I was so disappointed because I was really excited, and you could tell like all this part of the
everything
sleeve
else.
sick. It was, but all this stuff, like the last stuff I just did, like just healed so gnarly, and I was so bummed, and I never saw him again. The end.
Let that birdie go. Just let it fly out there.
Yeah, I'm just sure he's telling everybody, like, yeah, Jim Bradbury did my sleeve because
And fucked this tattoo up for sure.
he
Look
was
at this,
you
Jen.
spit on.
This is the quality of work she does. That's all he
Yeah.
says to people all the time.
Right. If I had to say one last thing, I would say that people should look at this time as something to be self-reflective. Doesn't necessarily mean be like like, oh, you have to be productive and create a masterpiece, or you have to start that new workout plan. Like, I mean, if that's what suits you, then great. But I think this is really a time for us to sit and think about what we want our world to look like when this is all done. Like the fact we've been talking about that the earth is, so much less pollution. The animals are clearly chilling and having a great time, like we need to find that sort of balance because obviously what was happening before wasn't working. I mean, that goes even beyond like the natural realm. I think, just political, our health system, all of these things, it's all just a mirror for all the flaws that we have. And we need to be brave enough to face them and deal with them and help each other. I think that's the biggest thing, especially me and my coworkers and my boss all have like this 17-person group chat. Just, every couple of days we'll be like, everyone okay? Anyone need anything? I'm going to Costco. Does anyone need anything? Like we all just need to look out for each other, especially tattooers as close as a community as we have. Some of our coworkers and our tattoo families, like that is our family. That's it. Like I have my family and I love them, but they're on the mainland and I'm here. So the family I do have is my husband, my dog, my mother-in-law, and my tattoo family. And I care about them all and I'm stuck in this house. I shouldn't say I'm stuck in this house. I'm choosing to be in this house to protect them.
Yeah. No, I totally hear that. Like, my parents are in Michigan, Anne's family's in New Jersey, like the rest of my family's in Seattle. Like, yep, we're in Frederick, Maryland, kick it in the house by ourselves. And yeah, like
Perfect.
we have a group chat with the shop and we text each other, make sure everybody's good. And we're talking about doing like I might use Zoom now because we use Zoom to do this, to do like a paint night. Maybe you can
Yeah.
hop in on that too. I think that'd be cool.
Hey, holler at me. I miss the shop so much. I miss Black Label. I
Absolutely.
miss stuff. I just miss everybody. And I think you guys have some more people. You have Antonio, and then who else just came back? Didn't Josh just come
Josh. Yeah. So we
back?
actually have more people on right now than since I've been there. So that's tight.
Like Josh came back, and then y'all closed.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
really, like within a week or two, he'd done a handful of tattoos, but it was funny because we were doing like our last tattoos in there together. And like, it was just, I mean, when it got towards the end, didn't it feel like I had like an ominous feeling where you just like knew you're about to not do this for a fucking while, you know?
dude.
The last couple tattoos, we're just like fitting them in. It was like, yep, this is gonna be it, and then we're just gonna wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was.
so I got to hang out with Josh like a little bit when he was doing his last ones too, because he had just moved everything over and everything. And it's like, fuck, what a crazy time to move to a new shop, and then all of a sudden have to shut down at the same time.
I know so many people were like, "This is like the worst possible time that could have happened to."
Well, for tattooers in general, it's like rolling right into the busy season. Hey, remember how you're about to make all your money?
Just kidding.
Not really though. Have fun painting for a long time.
Hope people want to buy your shit, which they don't because they're broke too.
Exactly. All right. So to wrap this up, can I get one more time, like your Instagram? What's the best way to get a hold of you for anybody that wants commissions or anything like that?
My Instagram is at Today My Love. My email address is jentattoo, JENTAT number 2 at gmail.com. I will paint whatever the fuck you want me to paint or draw. Not sculpt though. I don't sculpt.
Okay. No sculpting from Jen.
And no tattoos yet, but the minute it happens, the minute I'm back on, you guys will know it.
We will all know. We will be ready to go.
Yep.
So thank you again. Thank you for paying that sheet with me. Um,
Yeah.
I'd be stoked to do another one. Maybe if we go digital, I can just like shoot it to you and we can figure that out.
Oh
Um,
shit.
yeah, hopefully next time we've got Corey back on with me. So it'll be like the full split sheet podcast host situation. But other than that, thanks a bunch. I appreciate it.
No problem. Aloha.